About a month ago, I said not only I was going to be starting to play Zelda, but I made a week 1 matchup chart, which was kind of rough. This is what it looked like. I recreated it, and I'm here a month later to kind of, I don't know, fix it up, I guess. Because my opinion on some matchups have changed, because obviously I have more time, and I really want to try and break the I don't know tier, because I don't know some of these matchups. So yeah, let's not waste some time. Let's just jump into it. So I feel like the best place to start is just the I don't know tier, and then get into why some of my matchups have, or some of my opinions on some of these matchups up here have changed. So the ones I feel like I can get rid of easily are Pit and Dark Pit, which are just even. Like, I feel like they're even with just everyone, unless you're like a heavy or something. But there's not too much to say about them. They're kind of annoying to fight sometimes because depending on who they are or like where they're standing, sometimes they can just shoot away your Phantom with bow and you're forced to just either throw Phantom at it or take the arrow. So I mean that's a little bit annoying, but other than that, this matchup's just fine. One thing that really helps her is the fact that she can 2-frame their recovery with Phantom, but outside of that, like, I don't really see any advantages for either party in this matchup. Lucario! He's struggling, my guy. Like, I think I don't think that matchup's that hard. I've only played against, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 Lucarios, but even then, this character just kind of struggled getting anything going. He's so floaty in the air, and Zelda just has no problem just, like, swatting him out of the air with either Lightning Kick or even in, like, a Nair if you want to just try and start something. Like, this character just kind of struggles all over, and it's kind of easy to 2-frame his recovery because, like, you can see the charge up of it, and it's just, like, you can see him starting to up B, and you can just Phantom it and hit him with it. So, I mean, yeah, it's not the hardest matchup in the world. He also is a charge shot character, but not really. And, like, Zelda doesn't mind fighting charge shot characters, which is kind of the reason I started playing her. So, yeah, no, that matchup's not hard. Not to mention, he just explodes if he gets hit by Phantom at high percents. He doesn't really have a true option to Phantom outside of counter, which even then's kind of predictable. Because, like, okay, you counter, and then they're standing still waiting for, you know, the counter. Just shield it and punish them for it. Or if you can't, they did it at a weird angle. Just run away and reset neutral. Like, it's not a hard matchup, honestly. The Shotos, for some reason, like, these characters have been popping all up over Elite Smash. I don't get it. I've played against so many Ken and Ryus. Not even Terry's. Obviously, we've always played against Kazuya's. But, like, Ken and Ryu are just so fucking popular for, like, no reason now. I feel like every other match I'm playing against one of these 2 characters. I don't get it. And I hate it because I hate these fucking characters. But, I mean, if we're being honest, they're easily, like, I get hit, I die type situation. Which, I mean, I think Ken is probably a harder matchup, which I'd give him, like, I'd give him, like, the benefit of the doubt. But I don't think either of the matchups is that hard. Because a lot of your game plan for them is just kind of running away, throwing Phantom, dense firing, trying to read their option with, like, a grab, and then positioning, and then edge guarding. Like, I don't think it's too hard. But obviously, as I said, if they get in, you're probably dead, right? And, like, Fireball can be kind of annoying, but, like, you have a Phantom just to get rid of it. And you can reflect Red Fireball against Ryu, so I don't think either of the matchups are particularly hard. I'm bad at them, obviously, but I don't know. I've never really seen Zelda struggling in them, I guess, is the way to put it. Greninja is definitely losing. I don't know why I didn't just put him in losing. This character has no problem just running you down and then putting you in his Vortexa combos. There's not too much you can do about it, simply because this character's speed, which is obviously where she struggles the most, is speed. So, I mean, yeah, it's just not a good time for her, low-key. It's just not. And I hate to do this, but I think Brawler is also losing, for the same reason of, like, Mario, where it's just, like, they're just running you down, and they have a better neutral button than you, which is Nair. And, like, they're just going to keep nairing your shield. And it's on you to figure out what they're going to do next. But that's also really annoying. Because if they just decide to grab while you're trying to think, it's just not fun. I don't think any of their... I don't know what equipment people use for him. No one uses the counter, which does help him in this matchup. Because obviously being able to just counter Phantom is nice. But, like... I don't know, guys. I don't know what people use. I guess the flip kick one helps him, but that shit's slow as fuck and not invincible, so I don't know. He does die. We do die very early to, it's like the piston punch. We call it the Fortnite punch, but I don't know. But, like, yeah, that shit's kind of annoying. Okay, I don't know how many people agree with me on this, but I think we beat Ices. Simply because Phantom is so fucking good at just separating them. Like, even then, if you try and jump over them, sometimes you will just catch Nana for some reason. I don't know why she decides to just get hit by Phantom, but it's very funny, and I like it when she does. So, yeah, no, Zelda, I think they beat Ices. Then again, there's also always that factor of, oh, I got hit. Yeah, I'm dead. But, like, that depends on if you're playing a good Ice Climbers player, so, I don't know. I've played against a surprising amount of Bowser Jr.'s for some reason, and I think this matchup's a little bit even. Maybe even more Zelda favor. Actually, yeah. Because, I don't know. Whenever I was playing this matchup, I could see why Bowser Jr. could do something in this matchup. But then I, like, think about it more. Or, I guess I play the matchup, and it's just, like, it doesn't feel bad at all. Because, like, in my head, it's even. Because, like, oh, Sonic Jr. Sonic's really, really good in this matchup. So he should be, like, even. But not really. Like, he doesn't really get to do that much with his Mecha Koopa because of, you know, Neutral B. Cannon obviously is irrelevant, but like Neutral B also deals with that. And if he starts like charging at you, you can just throw Phantom at him. Or you can just like, I don't know, Neutral B, Nair to catch a jump out of it, like depending on what he's gonna do. Like, this matchup doesn't feel that bad at all, unironically. Where Sonic feels impossible, Bowser Jr. just feels like kind of easy. It feels like a fucking baby mode Sonic, unironically. Oh, one thing I didn't even mention is he really does not like Phantom at Ledge. Phantom at Ledge is so fucking annoying for that character. A character with that already has a pretty exploitable recovery, but since Bowser Jr. never grabs ledge ever, and he just wants to go above, I don't know why, but every Bowser Jr., like if I'm even remotely close to the ledge, they will just go over, try and nair me. You could just hit him with Phantom, unironically. Like I don't know why. I think this character, you know, their player base is like brain dead, but like they just weren't thinking. I don't know why. All right, this may be a little bit controversial. People may actually agree with it or disagree with this one, but I think Diddy's only even. Diddy does not like fighting zoners, and Zelda is definitely that. Diddy's greatest strength is the fact that he can just sit in shield and he forces you to play against him, right? With Banana. Zelda just kind of says, Phantom, deal with it, right? But at the same time, if Diddy abandoned his game plan, this matchup still isn't that bad, because he has better boxing tools than you. Monkey kick or monkey flip kick is obviously really annoying to deal with, and you don't get to edge guard Diddy Kong that much. So like, yeah, no, I still think this matchup's a little bit more on the even side. But I mean, if it was gonna go to someone, I still feel like it'd be Diddy, even though like he doesn't like fighting these type of characters. But yeah, no, because like Diddy Kong's like a top tier slayer, you know what I mean? Like he does really good against like high top tier characters, but like lower tier like random ass zoner-esque characters like Puff, Zelda, like he does not like fighting, and that's really funny to me. Yoshi low-key losing. I hate to say it, but Yoshi is low-key just losing matchup. He just drifts into you. There's like no other way to put it. This character will just quite literally, you will set up a Phantom and he'll just go straight over it. He doesn't care. Not to mention, like, you Phantom at ledge, he's just gonna double jump armor through it. He does not care. This character quite literally just gets to skip one of the Zelda's, like, best things. Like, twice, actually. Because how fast he is in the air. Like, yeah, no, this is definitely a Zelda-esque matchup. Or definitely a Yoshi favored matchup. Rosalina, my old main, my girl. I feel like this matchup is probably losing. This matchup can be a bit annoying because of her down B. Sometimes you're just kind of at a stalemate in this matchup. I've only got to play it like twice, but each time, both games almost went to time. Because, like, I'm not approaching, and Zelda really doesn't have any, like, really good way to deal with Luma outside of Dense Fire. And, like, even then, if they, like, throw Luma at you, like, yeah, you can hurt Luma, but, like, I don't think you're gonna insta-kill Luma like most characters can. Not to mention, as I said before, Rosalina's down B is really good for dealing with Phantom, so I think it's losing. I like to hear other Zelda mains on this matchup, but no, Starbits, by the way, I didn't mention that. That matchup, that tool is really, really annoying for Zelda to deal with, especially if she's trying to set up a Phantom, so not a fan. Peach and Daisy, I think by nature are always even, you know what I mean? unless you like actually lose to him. I don't like, I've played this matchup a few times, but each time I don't think I struggled in it, if you know what I mean. I think Peach and Daisy's absolute best quality is the fact that they can zone you with turn-ups and it does so much fucking damage. Phantom does really help you deal with that pressure, and they don't really have a clear option to like insta deal with Phantom because they're kind of floaty and they don't really jump too high. Flow obviously does help them stay above it, but like they're not going to waste their float on dealing with Phantom, you know what I mean? And Phantom is really good at blocking turn-ups. Like, don't get me wrong, turn-up is still really good in this matchup, especially for breaking Phantoms, but like it's not gonna, I don't think it really changes the matchup too much. Once again, I might come around on this matchup because I could definitely see Peach and Daisy just winning it out of nowhere, but I don't know. From what I've played, I don't think this matchup's too bad. I think Robin also goes in even. For the simple fact that he has a sword, it's kind of hard to deal with him sometimes. Like, sometimes he straight up out hitboxes you, kind of like the other Fire Emblem characters. Which, I mean, like, I already kind of disagree with some of these being here. But I'll get to that in a minute. But Robin, I think, is probably our best Fire Emblem matchup of all of them. Simply because he's easily the slowest and he's a zoner, and Zelda likes fighting zoners, right? But at the same time, that doesn't mean we auto win this matchup. Robin's aerials are still very hard to deal with, especially when he has Levin Blade or Levin Sword. Like, it is very hard for him to deal with because like those hitboxes just outright beat everything we do. So I mean, it's a little bit hard, but like the second he starts wanting to actually zone us, that's when we kind of come into this matchup and start winning, because the second we can put him in the corner, he struggles because how fucking slow he is, and Zelda has no problem just keeping you in the corner with Phantom, knocking you back with nairs, lightning kicks. Like, don't get me wrong, this character's bad, but like, she's not awful. Like, she can deal with characters like this. And that's pretty much everything I can move into actual tiers. We'll come back to the I don't know tier later on in this game's lifespan, but I don't know these characters. Like, I still have not played against them at all online. My guesses would be probably Lucas with Ness and even, Mega Man probably an even as well, Meta Knight probably an even, and then Olimar probably an even, if I had to take a guess, but I can't put them anywhere in good faith. So, yeah, no, they just kind of get to stay. And then let's talk about tier changes I want to do. Starting in losing, the first one, I've been thinking about this a lot, is Ike. I play this matchup a surprising amount, honestly. And I think it's more of an even matchup rather than losing. For the same reasons as Corrin, honestly. Like, yeah, you have big hitboxes, and it's hard for Zelda to deal with that. Well, at the same time, you kind of have problems getting in on us because you're not the fastest character in the world. Like, I'd rather fight these two Fire Emblem characters than, like, anyone else. Rather than Robin, obviously. But, like, I just feel like you don't have the speed to really capitalize on it. And even then, like, you hit us, like, you get nair, like, maybe fair, 50, 60-ish. But, like, we're not scared of just exploding when we get hit by you know what I mean? And then while we're on the topic of Fire Emblem, I think Marth and Lucina are losing. I don't know why I have them in even. Because, like, they just have no problem just out everythinging us. Like, yeah, Phantom isn't the hardest thing for them to deal with in the world. Or isn't the easiest thing, I guess. But, like, they don't have a problem fighting it. They really don't. Some more tier changes is I think we beat Wii Fit. This may be a hot take, but every time I play this matchup, I don't struggle in it. I think Phantom is absolutely perfect for dealing with what this character wants to do. Like, okay, you Soccer Ball, it just hits Phantom and bounces right back. It does not matter. Sun Salutation or, you know, her Neutral B is not hard to deal with. I think that's the name of that move. I don't remember. But I just don't feel like I struggle against Wii Fit at all. Obviously, there's a small number of this character, so I've only had limited practice in this matchup. But I just really don't feel like it's struggling at all. One of Wii Fit's best qualities is being able to plank at legs really well. And Zelda loves when you do that. Outside of Steve, we can't hit Steve when he does that. But it's just not, eh. So this is one's kind of a hot take, but I think Bowser's only even. Things I mentioned is that he's really fast and has really big moves. But I still never considered the fact that he still is a heavyweight and he still struggles to deal with Phantom. Like, even if he is the fastest heavyweight, or I guess the best heavyweight, he still doesn't, he still kind of struggles to get in. He kind of has a Ridley factor where it's just like, yeah, you have good moves and all that, but like, still, like, how do you deal with Phantom effectively? Fire Breath really helps him in this matchup, because if he just sees me charging Phantom, he can just jump in Fireball, or it's not Fireball, but Fire Breath. But at the same time, you could just throw Phantom at him the second you see him coming at you. Like, why wouldn't you? Just keep him off you. Like, don't deal with his hitboxes. Don't deal with his amazing command grab or anything. Just throw Phantom at him. But yeah, no, Bowser's just kind of awkward, honestly, to fight. Because it really feels like it's a losing matchup. And then you put him at ledge, like, once, and the matchup feels so free. I don't know, it feels very, one-sided in different areas in this matchup. So I think even is the best place to put it. So yeah, I think that's my list. I kind of agree with everything else I've said. I may come back to this later and maybe change some things as, you know, I get more time with the character. But yeah, no, I think this is like definitively my list, unless I get the I don't know tier, which even then, as I said, I think they probably even, because I don't think any of them do too hot against Zelda, but I don't know. We'll come back to it. So yeah, no, that's my list. See you guys in a year, whenever I update this list. And yo, make sure to subscribe. You know, the channel's popping the fuck off. So please subscribe. Please.